Today, India delivered a decision that's going to burn Islamabad harder than a California wildfire. A decision so bold, so unexpected, that it has shaken the entire geopolitical narrative around Kashmir. Because today, the Jammu and Kashmir High Court declared, in clear, sharp legal language, that Pakistan-Occupied Kashmir PoK is an integral part of India. And this isn't a political statement. This isn't a diplomatic line. This is a judicial order from a high court. And the impact? Absolutely massive. Let's break it down. The legal bombshell that changes everything. The Jammu and Kashmir High Court ruled PoK is legally a part of India, specifically of the Union Territory of Ladakh. Therefore, any trade between India and PoK is not international trade. It is domestic Indian trade. And because it's domestic, GST applies. Yes, you heard that right. Even trade with PoK now attracts Indian GST, IGST, CGST, SGST, everything. This single line, PoK is part of India, trade is domestic, has redefined the official narrative. Why this is a geopolitical game changer? For decades, Pakistan claimed PoK is a separate administrative zone. For decades, the world treated the region as disputed. But now, India's judiciary has formally asserted legal jurisdiction, not through a speech, not through a press conference, but through a binding court order. This strengthens India's international position immensely, because courts don't issue political PR, courts issue law. A quick flashback, the cross-LOC trade. In 2008, India allowed cross-LOC barter trade with PoK. Why barter? Because currencies couldn't be exchanged. Indian rupee on one side, Pakistani rupee on the other, so it was wheat for rice, apples for spices, simple old-school barter. By 2010, this trade touched 40 crore rupees, around $5 million. But after the 2019 Pulwama terror attack, India suspended it for security reasons. Later, it restarted, but one issue remained unresolved. Should GST apply? Traders argued it's international trade, GST doesn't apply. But today, the High Court shut that argument down. The High Court's logic, and it's devastating for Pakistan. The court said, PoK is not foreign territory. It is Indian territory under illegal Pakistani occupation. Therefore, trade is not international. Trade is not cross-border. GST is fully applicable. Any barter or cash exchange is still domestic activity. In simple words, it's the same as trade between two Indian states, and that hits Pakistan right in the narrative. The strategic impact, this is where Pakistan panics. Because now India can argue, legally, internationally, that PoK is internal territory. All activity there falls under Indian law. Pakistan just lost a massive chunk of its political argument. Imagine tomorrow India says any transaction involving PoK must follow Indian financial laws. Pakistan will have zero legal ground to object. This is a huge diplomatic blow. What happens next? 3 possible outcomes. This ruling opens up 3 major possibilities. 1, trade volume may shrink due to GST, but becomes fully regulated. No loopholes, no exploitation. 2, India may tighten security further along the LOC. More checks, more verification, zero tolerance. 3, India may begin economic integration of PoK as part of Indian territory. This is the biggest long-term consequence. A slow, steady message. PoK is Indian, economically, administratively, legally. This is more than a tax case. This is a sovereignty statement. The ruling sends a very clear message. PoK is not disputed. PoK is not foreign. PoK is India, legally, constitutionally, territorially. And when such a statement comes from a high court, it carries enormous weight in international diplomacy. Pakistan can shout, Pakistan can protest, Pakistan can file statements. But today's ruling is a legal knockout punch. International observers are already calling it one of the most significant legal developments in the Kashmir dispute in years. Because this isn't just taxation, this is territorial assertion backed by law.